My posse's on Broadway. My posse's on Broadway. My posse's on Broadway.
Calling up the posse, cruising in his Benz. Calling up the posse, posse's getting bigger. Calling up the posse, girls was on my tip.
Drop a few houses and call her.
What's up, y'all? This SlabOgsTV back at it again, another interview. Today, a lot of y'all hit me up about getting Chappi back in, Rosewood Chappi. A lot of y'all messed with that interview. He said a lot of real stuff. It was a real powerful interview, just giving game to the youth and giving game to everybody about really how this slab culture really started in Houston. So without further ado, can you reintroduce yourself to somebody who might not have seen your first interview?
I'm from Rosewood, off of Homestead. I'm labeled as Vito Chappi the Great.
Yeah,
I've been around here for a period of time.
yeah. Already. Man, can you kind of explain what the culture? I know we kind of touched bases on your story and everything like that, and a lot of people just wanted to come back in and just, kind of hear it again and just hear different aspects of just your thoughts on different parts of the slab game or whatever. So can you just kind of explain, what the culture was before the slab when it came to Houston?
But it was just really like childhood growing up.
Yeah.
And older guys had cars and younger guys liked the cars they had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as time went on, we just learned to work on the car, play that's my car.
Yeah.
When we got old and got a car, we just fixed it up. It just came naturally.
Yeah. Before the elbows, the 83s and 84s, what was it that people was kind of riding on, the big guys in the neighborhood that everybody, kind of looked up to and everything?
Well, back in the day, they was just riding on like Kragers. It was more like black tires. It was more like racing.
Mm-hmm.
Runners, fat tires in the back, skinny tires in the front.
Yeah.
Hot rod.
I always hear it was like gangster white walls that people was riding too. Was people doing that?
Yeah, that was really before my time. It was like in the 70s, pimps.
Yeah.
Lincoln Continentals,
Mm-hmm.
all that. Photo big bodies.
Yeah.
The gangster wild, but then that was just that era,
Yeah.
But then as time went on, when the 80s came, it was just a whole nother era. That's when the spokes,
Yeah.
the spoke wheel came out. But they had some spokes back in the day were called A's. They were just like bicycle spokes.
Yeah.
They wasn't sticking out in them, but when the 84 came out, it changed then, and it still got the world changed right now.
Yeah.
Whoever did that don't know what they did.
Mm-hmm.
It's a magnificent move.
Was it kind of like a person, like, when you was coming up that was like riding slab that like, the 83s, 84s, and all that with the Vogue tires that everybody knew that, man, that's the guy right there. Look at his car. It's car clean. Like, who would that person be? Was for this side of town?
It was a lot of us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody rode. It don't matter. Your mama gave you a car, you worked for the car, whatever. Everybody wanted to make it a low ride to put some Vogues on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the situation was, how you gonna get it?
Yeah.
Everybody didn't have the money to get it. Everybody didn't have the skill to get it. So it was just like a rat race to get them wheels.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of twisted stuff happening.
Yeah.
And each individual trying to get what they want. It's just you want what you want. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah.
And those wheels just brought a big spark. It just changed everything.
Yeah.
But everybody couldn't have them. And that's what put you on the level of difference. You got them. I may have a car like you, but I don't have them wheels. And that put you on another level, and that make you feel some other type of way that you got those wheels. You might not have no Benz, but you got them wheels on a Pinto, and it put you up. You ain't got Benz money, but you got them wheels. They do something.
So, like, would you say like that kind of wheel was like a thing for like rich folks already from the jump because it came on white folks' cars?
It came from the factory,
Yeah.
but then it just brought excitement and joy to individuals who couldn't afford them.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way they looked, and everybody wanted them. If I could afford them, I'd buy them. But they got so extinct, even if I could buy them, I couldn't buy them because it wasn't no more to be sold. And that's what made it tragic.
Yeah. Like a lot of the people that I, conversate with that watch this channel, whatever, they be from like different states, different countries even. Can you explain to them, like, break down Homestead? Because Homestead not just the neighborhood. That's a long street from 610 all the way down to the Beltway. So can you break down, the different neighborhoods in Homestead and what set them apart from each other back then?
It was all on the same side of town, but each neighborhood, everybody individually had their own way of doing things. It started from Houston Garden, Rosewood, all the way Scenticwood, Fontaine, all the way down.
Yeah. All the way down to Riverwood.
To Riverwood.
Yeah.
And we was out here, but it was just like we all was living somewhere else.
Was there any like beef back then, like in the 80s and 90s, was kind of like this neighborhood don't mess with this neighborhood? Because it's literally like 10 neighborhoods over here.
Well, it was like beef. Really it was like a lot of stuff happened between Scenticwood. That was the only thing I could say that really was, was a problem.
Yeah.
But all the rest of the neighborhoods, it wasn't really nothing.
Yeah.
But when it came to those cars, it was a conflict with some individuals in Scenticwood. And it started gunfire.
What happened in that situation? And without saying no names, what happened in that situation?
My partner Heavy D gets killed in the park. This park right here. They come and shoot over something looking for certain individual, but he caught the bullet. Children out there, people's out there socializing and chilling. And they walked up and sprayed it.
What year was this?
Like in the 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was a conflict go back, shoot out, this and that. Somebody down there got hit in the arm, this and that. Supposed to be over.
Yeah.
But it was all over, nothing.
Yeah.
Piece of iron, metal,
Yeah.
it ain't worth it.
Yeah. Man, what made Rosewood just like from the start? What made Rosewood so just everybody afraid to come to Rosewood? I know specifically in the 90s and early 2000s, it was kind of like when somebody said they was from Rosewood, or if they say come down to Rosewood or something, like they just would not do it. Like, why was Rosewood just that one neighborhood that in Houston that just had everybody shook up?
Because people have to experience things on their own. It was a lot of stories that they heard, and the stories wasn't truth, and they believed. It was a lot of people saying that they was here and did this and done that and wasn't. There's a lot of twisted tales. But then when you come on your own and meet the people as an individual, it ain't nothing like that. They'll shake your hand like, hey man, I thought this here was going on. I thought it was like that. It ain't that. It's a bunch of lies. Everybody hustle, every neighborhood hustle. This hustle was in this neighborhood, ain't no other hustle than in that neighborhood. But then they want to just put everything in that neighborhood allowed to do something, they're gonna say this neighborhood right here did it. It was just like, hey man, if you got the crap, man, just throw the crap over there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody gonna believe it. It was like a magnet. Anything they say, they can believe.
Yeah.
You know, so that's all I can say. It shouldn't even went out of that way. It shouldn't even be like that now. You know, they need to investigate and find out the truth of their own.
Yeah.
You know.
Cause I mean, when you always speak about Rosewood, people always talk about it was just carjackings and just if you got your car stolen, it would end up burnt and rolled in the back of Rosewood somewhere. I mean, like every hood got their own like hustle and everything, or got the same hustle, but it just seemed like everybody gravitated towards the carjacking when they came to Rosewood.
Hey, jacking, what people don't understand, it's a difference. Jacking is you got a pistol, and you take your pistol and you put it on somebody. You jack them, you take their stuff.
Yeah.
That's jacking. Nobody ain't no jackals. It's a difference in placking and cranking, stealing. You know, crank the car. You know, they labeled it, they said we was jackals and come up to you and jack you and take your car. Ain't nobody took their car.
That's
they
what it was.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
They embarrassed. They don't know how their car came up missing. Count Aaron and them guys and say, who put a pistol on you and took your car? They can't say that. Only thing they can say, their car came up missing. But then they say it got jacked. That ain't getting jacked. You got. You slipped. You tripped. You went took your pants down in there and took your eyes off your riches. Ain't nobody put no gun. This wasn't that. Then you tried to be smart and slick, put an alarm. The guys were smart enough to defuse it. They didn't want to come out and hurt you. Ain't nobody, it wasn't about that. It was, they all did it. But then I don't know why they twisted and put the whole cross on here like we was killers, jackals, did that. Them guys in New Jersey did terrible stuff than this. Take the car, run from the law, doing donuts. That's stupid. They ain't even made no money off of it. They just wanted to show out. So I don't know what they saying. I don't know why. They need to get off of it though.
Yeah. Cause I know when I talk to Alvin, Rosewood Alvin, he always say like, man, when it was me, David Glenn, and Yogi, he was like, we ain't never used no gun.
For what?
Yeah, at all.
No, it wasn't that. And that was the big problem. That's what made the anger come about. You know what I'm saying? But then with the music and them guys, everybody heard them, they could talk, they could speak, they could put the word out first. Screw let them do that. You know, and they could say that, the juices ain't sour, come back the after hour. You know, I didn't like none of that. I ain't no rapper, none of that. They made me want to rap and tell them something.
Was y'all passing around them screw tapes when they was coming back to Rosewood?
Man, it was the mountains of them screw tapes. They was everywhere. Them great tapes was everywhere. They were like answers.
Yeah.
They was everywhere. They fall out the car, so many of them.
Was y'all listening to them like we listening to them because we like it, or we listen to them because we trying to see what they say about us?
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. Dave Glenn, he the one really just set me down and made me listen to that. So like on the screw tapes, it was like David Glenn the one like introduced me to it. He was like, listen to this, listen to this. Listen to what they saying, you know. And the music was flowing. I'm like, man, I didn't, you know.
You didn't get it.
Yeah, I wasn't with it. It just kept on and it kept on. I started listening and, you know, and I got on to it, you know. But then after I really started focusing, I didn't really like what they were saying. You know, they say some good stuff to jam, but I didn't like when they were saying some stuff about us. It wasn't right. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I heard a story that a car got stole from the south side. It was one of the dudes from the Screwed Up Clique, and they ended up in Rosewood, and one of them dudes, like two of them dudes came over here and shot up Rosewood. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. They shot up back there on Sundown. Dude named Ed got shot in the arm. A few people got shot back there.
What car was it that got stole?
I don't know, it's a Caprice or something.
Yeah.
And they shot up Marco and them, grandma, mama house.
Was it a 7 Deuce? A 72 Caprice?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. They went crazy, man. They came through and shot. We had, you know, incidents like that, you know. But they don't know that if somebody just say, they don't know to investigate the truth. Yeah. They just go anyway. If they just say, well, he did it, they just go and do it, you know. They don't, you know, you know, It ain't about nothing. But then it's situations where things have happened where, you know, forgiveness needs to be asked, you know, in different neighborhoods around here with individuals. But back then, as it was going on, it just didn't like you knew the individual like I knowed you and deliberately done it to you. You know, incidents happened, then later on, we come to know each other and forgive each other.
Yeah.
You know, like an incident. It was an incident in City Gas, and brother, you know, Ralph, you know, he was, him and my nephew Yogi dated to have the same baby mama. And then when Yogi got assassinated, you know, I was incarcerated, and they were saying that a lot of Yogi belongings and stuff come up gone and missing, and they swindled Yogi's sister, which is my niece, out of the stuff, saying that Ralph did it. Some guys come and gave me that type of information. So I didn't know who he was or nothing like that. So the next thing you know, the girl come to the house in the car with some rims and stuff on it.
What kind of car was it?
It was a slantback Seville with swangles. So they said, so they come to find out it was Ralph's car. I didn't really know Ralph. I just heard about what he's supposed to have done to my nephew. So when the girl went in the house with me at that time when my anger took over, I took off in the car to pay him back for what he did to my nephew, which is the attitude that I had back then. It wasn't right. So he found out about it, this and that. So one night I'm riding, I stopped this guy's house. He come up. He didn't like what happened to his belongings. He came, had a weapon, bam, weapon go off, knocked the one out the car, come up to me with the weapon. We fighting like men over the weapon. He constantly hit me with it. We fighting, we got a battle, like David. Saying no truck pull up, 6, 7 guys jump out. I got to fight them all. City Gas, blood is a hog. It's old. See the young guy Ralph, see him again, we talk. We squash the beef like a man. Hug is old.
Yeah.
He asked me a question, what happened? I looked him in the eye, told him the truth. And that was it.
Yeah.
But I still have battle wounds on my body right now from that incident.
Yeah.
And I ain't proud of that. But I just want to clear all that up. And I done work for the man. Clean his cars, do whatever. The business that I'm trying to run. But a lot of people don't know how to let some things go, and they continue to keep on, and they end up destroying themselves. Killing another black man over nothing, a piece of iron. The car's gonna be here when we gone. Look at all these houses with these people dying, they still here, but these young people getting, they selling them out. You know? That's what's gonna happen. All this stuff gonna be here. We just got to learn how to control our attitude and our temper and take some losses and sometimes give back when you're able to. You know, everybody make mistakes, but there ain't no sense in the slaughtering and killing each other over a piece of iron, twisted metal. For what? It don't make sense. That don't make you tough. Laying up in the jailhouse, waiting on child time. Laws come through hollering and screaming. Niggas saying all kind of stupid stuff. You can't do nothing but listen to it. You can't go over there. You can't go in the room. You can't go shut the door. You can't do nothing but face it. That's gonna mess with your head. That's gonna mess with your mind. You don't want to be down there in that place. You don't. A whole lot of things that happened back then I wish wouldn't have never happened. Never. And I wish I could change it. Right now I want to change it. But life give you, put pressure on you. Sometimes you still have to do things to maintain and live in life. You got to make it. The bills gonna steady come. They gonna come. That man don't want to hear about, I don't get paid the next Friday. Click, he cutting that out. You better have that money for that man. How you gonna get it? What you gonna do? That's what put people in pressure to do things, but you just can't do things. Wow, I don't know. I don't know. I just had a birthday. I'm still learning, and I ain't learned enough yet. I still don't know what to do, and I want to know what to do. I don't know, but a lot of this shit that's going on, and the way we destroying ourselves, and the way we talking about each other, and the way that dude, whatever his name, Charleston, what his name?
Charleston White.
Charleston White. He's a mark. He ain't right. He ain't for no black people. All the stuff he's saying and wanting to destroy the black man and act like he helping the black man, you ain't nothing, dude. You can look at my face and talk bad about me.
Yeah.
He ain't right.
Yeah.
He's an upside down Negro.
Yeah. Can you talk about what Houston was before the drugs and the crack era came into play? Cause I always hear older people, they always say man, I remember when even people that tell me about Homestead, they said, man, before crack came, this was a nice area, this was an okay area to live in.
Well,
now it's not.
It was just like weed. People just had weed, just smoked weed. It was just socialized. It wasn't all that. When the cocaine, when that came, it just shifted in another area that can't be shifted back in place. Mm-hmm. You know, it make people act crazy, perform different, untrustworthy. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put that first before you. You know, but it's here now, and you can't take it away, and it just messed up a lot of people. A lot of people should have been rich. A lot of people should still have their job. A lot of people should still have their homes and cars, but the drug took it away. A lot of people made it with it, and a lot of people laying up in the penitentiary behind it. A lot of people dead behind it. It's just all twisted, but it ain't no good. It's the devil's love potion. Mm-hmm. It ain't no good, but it'll bring you money, but it's the devil money. It ain't right.
How did the crack era affect the SLAB game?
Shit. Niggas was smoking dope, take their speakers and strip their own car.
Yeah.
Shit, they wanted to get high.
So it was easy to put a car back together back then?
Yeah, it was plenty, everything was everywhere. It's easy now.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying back then, a dope fiend could bring you a brand new Cadillac Fleetwood because he's trying to get some rocks and, give you the car. He might steal some speakers and he could basically build the car for you.
It wasn't that there was no dolphin. Nobody wasn't considered as a dolphin. It was just individuals.
Yeah.
It could just be you. It wasn't that shit. It was just a hustle. You know, it wasn't that shit. Back then, man, you take a hubcap, you could go get you $40, $50. Just a hubcap. I go to the car right there, get you a screwdriver, pop them 4 hubcaps out, and go down there and get you $50, $100. Or radio, $75. It was money to be made. But right now, ain't no money like that being gave out for nobody. Them hubcaps ain't worth nothing. That's why they going different. That's why they messing with your bodies, is trying to take something and rob something. Back then, it was plenty, it was good. You get you a radio, $75, get you some hubcaps, $40, $15 for the spare, sell a jack. That's it. You got you $100, $120 right quick. You know, that was the difference. But then, when it comes down to drugs, you gotta deal with all them different people to make that. And here you come, 20, there she go, with 20, there she go, with 20, there he go, with 10, you know what I'm saying? All that. But then right there, that one car you done made that, it's the same thing. Everybody just trying to get money, just how you get it. You know, some people have patience to sit there all day long, trying to sell a rock. I ain't had no type of patience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and wait on you to come. Then when you do come, you got $6. For what? Well, I sat here 30 minutes for you to bring me $6? Look at there. There go that can right there, that's $75. I just picked that up and gone on with it. You know, that's why I thought it was easy. But then if you sit there long enough to keep on, yeah, you'll build up something. But man, it's just all the way on you want to do it, man.
So back then, when Rosewood would come and crank cars on the south side, explain that process of how they would scope out a car or they would see a car and they would get it. What would be that process in y'all heads when y'all sitting in the car and there go a slab right there? How would y'all get it?
Look, the truth about that is so deep, man. a lot of those slabs, a lot of those cars that come with Mr. Man, it was infiltrated. Them people, they own people were doing that. It's like you will get a slab or something, and you live right there, and you know me, and that neighbor supposed to be your partner, but your partner know me. He'll call me, hey man, the nigga going out with his girl now tonight, ain't nobody gonna be there. It wasn't that we were that good and just did all that. It was snakes. They own people was telling on them, saying they wasn't home, where they at, this and that, for they could get some money. You know what I'm saying? They'll call him, hey man, WB ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna make sure grandma go to choir rehearsal at 8 o'clock. Come over there at 9 o'clock, it's gonna be good. The niggas over here got nuts, they gonna go. And just like he said, it's good. They done rolled out the yard with it. But if the neighbor wouldn't have came and told them boys that shit would still be sitting there. So they acting like somebody came over there with force taking something. No, it wasn't. It'd be girls the same way. Them girls, they'll be talking to a girl, then they'll get a slab or whatever. Now they don't want to talk to her no more. Now she mad. Now she done met him. Now he done told her about him. All that crooked shit. It wasn't all of that. You know, it's the wolves. You sleeping with them. They sleeping. Your own cousin to set you up and got your slab too. Then got your bag too. That's the same stuff going on right now. That's why you can't trust everybody. They did Jesus like that. He had all 12 of them at his table. He fed them all. They betrayed him. Sold them out for a bag of silver. You don't think them people gonna do you like that? You don't think they done me like that? You don't think why them bullies in me? Them niggas sold me out, man. And they still right here. That's how they did Jesus. He said, man, I'm gonna be with you to the end. Jesus said, man, you gonna deny me 3 times for the rooster crow. No, I ain't. I'm gonna be right here with you, talking forcefully. And then when the people came for him, what he did? Hey, man, I don't know that man. That lady said he was right there. He was with it. I wasn't with it. That's how they do right now. Peter, he packing the money. You know what I'm saying? What he doing? He's stealing the money. Then they tell him, hey, man, I'm gonna give you some extra money and tell me where he is. He sold them out, sitting at the man's table. They did Jesus like that a long time ago. If you know the Bible, they doing the same thing right now. They will betray you. Yeah. That's what's going on.
A minute ago, you just said about being shot. Can you showed me off camera? Could you show the viewers just know how real it get? When it come to this, the scar you got, and explain what happened in that situation.
I don't think the real ready for that. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, man, I've been through a lot, man. I thank God I'm here. I want to reveal a scar, but I want to do it at the right time. I go through a lot by that. That happened to my body, you know?
Yeah, what was the situation behind that scar? Because I know you kind of explained it, in the past interview, you know what I'm saying, but just elaborate again on what happened without saying any names.
Well, it was 2 different. First time I got shot, they cut me up the middle, like a fish. They call it a zipper. Cut all the way down, sticking gauze inside. Healed from that, had that scar. Bam. Hit me with gunfire again. They blowed everything out from the reading you got. They had to reconstruct everything. Pancreated everything. Put a vacuum machine, everything. It was out of there. Made it. But it was just other people.
And it was all behind the car.
Behind the car.
Yeah. That's crazy that, people was losing their lives behind these cars, just putting them together, just coming down clean. And, you might have to go out and you might have to face the reality that somebody might take this car, somebody might, you might have to, kill somebody if somebody try to take you up out of it.
That's the mentality that people have.
Yeah.
It ain't only a car. It's on anything of value that you have that they don't have, that they ain't got, that they want. You know, they don't have no morals and respect and how to get it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna like take it, go in there, beat the old lady up,
Yeah.
and all that. You know, some things that you just don't do. I don't do it. Some things people do that I just don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, so but that's just the way it was. And a lot of people ain't never had nothing, and then they'll get some wheels or some music and all that. That's their first time. They get excited. They get crazy. They don't know how to act. You know, and then when they don't have it no more, they want it again because they liked it the way it felt.
Yeah.
You know, so they gonna do anything to try to get that again. You know, and that's when shit get out of control.
If you from Homestead, you know, and you've been around a minute, you done heard of the name David Glenn, Yoga, and Alvin. What made so many people afraid of David Glenn? Why was his name just so infamous in the streets to where it was like people wasn't trying to mess with him, they was afraid of him?
It wasn't that they was afraid of him. It was just that he was about what he was about. You know, straight up about business. You know what I'm saying? And if you trying to do some faulty business or something like that, he ain't like that, man. You know, he wasn't just no devil or nothing like that. He was a good guy. He just, hey man, he just didn't take no noise, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that's going on. Back then, I didn't understand how he used to act like that. But then right now, they make me want to act like that.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, man, I see why Dave did that. You know what I'm saying? Because of how the people act. You know, they'll take your money, say they doing something for you, then they not doing it, and then they'll go and doing something for somebody else. Then you come up, you need to take care of your business, man. Why you took my money and say that you're gonna do this and you ain't doing it? And he was just like, hey man, you ain't do what you say, and he cracked your head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With everybody else, hey man,
Yeah.
he ain't did nothing. He ain't really did nothing to nobody. He ain't really did nothing to nobody. That was an accident, that shot, but he just didn't take no mess. It ain't nothing that he went around bullying people and did nothing. He was just a hustler. It ain't take no mess. That's all. Deal with me straight up, man. That's all it is. Everybody dealing right now, crooked. Ain't nobody dealing straight up. Can't nobody say, well, hey man, be here at 5 o'clock, I have the money. They not coming. You sitting right here at 5 o'clock, next thing you know it's 7 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock. You could have been doing something else. Man, just tell the truth, hey man, I can't make it at 5, maybe they do that tomorrow. Go on, do what you gotta do. They'll just have you sitting here. Now you done missed some more money over there. Or you could have took your 80 over there. But now you can't take her because you waiting on him and he don't come. So that drive you crazy. Hey man, don't do that. Just tell the truth. Hey man, I can't make it, man. Go on, we'll do it some other time. It's easy to do that than just lie. And that just drives some people in line. I don't like that neither.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Man, I don't know, man. I just, you know, all this stuff that happened and all this music stuff that's going on and all these crooked deals and all that, I just wanted, you know, it's just like we was like left out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like so many people talked about Rosewood and Rosewood did this. A lot of those lies, they blowed up, they doing this here. They just used us for a ladder, a staircase. You know what I'm saying? Just to climb that ladder. You know what I'm saying? Then once they got to their plateau where they wanted, they ain't do nothing. They just pulled the drawstring and dropped the shit down. Cover them niggas back up. You know, that's all it was. Anywhere you go, they holler Rosewood. They done got us for badass name. We ain't did no more than that. Hey man, back in the day, on the south side, man, it was Catfish. Catfish had them Clean Ride, Julius, Smitty, Lil Larry. All them dudes was just like us. Them dudes was crankers, them dudes was just hustling, them dudes was just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? This neighborhood was we ain't did no different than what they did.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie, I done interviewed some OGs like around your age and your era, and they was from South Park or Harlem Clark, and they said they did the same thing.
It was. It's the music came out and they just flooded, and the young niggas, them niggas that's talking on that music, ain't old enough, wasn't even back then. They don't even know Smitty. They don't know nothing, all that. All them boys they naming, that's the new era niggas. They made some money doing something, but originality, who created Keith Babb and Steph Fun with the blue and white Bonneville, 30 the volt, Gregory Lacey with the gold Monte Carlo, 30 the volt, Smitty, Lil Larry with the Grand Prix, all them boys, Fatback with the white Grand Prix swinging the road, Lil Larry with the gold Grand Prix. Everybody back then was rolling and jamming, going to the club, bumping music, bagging up to each other, playing loud, just having fun. The next thing you know, they start coming out with all this jacking. And the whole world took it. Hey, man, it don't go like that, man. It don't go like that. We competition. We'll compete against you. That's what it is. That's all it was. They couldn't, hey, man.
How was y'all, cause you know you being from Homestead and you just named Smith, Lil Larry, Keith Babin. How was y'all like in cahoots? Like how was you in that same circle with them Southside kids?
Because we was rollers. We rolled and we go to Southside to the clubs and all that. You know what I'm saying? We meet up, get in lines, and, you know. That's the way it was. It was about entertainment and fun. It wasn't about going trying to hurt nobody and take their stuff and all of that. Like that night when Smitty got shot that first time, we was at the club on the south side. Smitty had put the grill on this blue leg. I had the sky blue leg. I had got a grill. So we fixed to meet up at the club. So when we meet up at the club, the next thing you know, everybody running. They like, Smitty got shot, Smitty got shot. Gidget shot him. The girl walked up to the car and shot him. See, but before that, we was at One Stop. Pat P was at One Stop, and I hear Pat P in the seats at One Stop. The Louds was out there. I take Pat P from the north side to the south side that evening after I hit him. But then the next day, some kind of way, Smitty, Pat P, and Lil Larry and them was at the car wash on the south side, and Lil Larry and Pat P get into some type of argument. Then they get in the type of argument, they go to fighting. When they go to fighting, I guess Pat P was getting the best of Lil Larry or something, I don't know. And Lil Larry get the gun and they say, somebody say shoot, and they shot and killed Pat P. But I was just with them and helped them right before that. And then after that, Lil Larry ended up going to jail. Smitty still out here rolling around, you know, still making it, we still connecting and this and that. But somehow Gidget was kin to Pat P. And then when Gidget seen Smitty, and she walked up to him and popped him. That same night that we were meeting up at the club. That was the first time. I go to his girl house, tell him they take him. He survived it. Cut on his neck. He survived, come back. This and that, that and that. Kept living, we kept living, been in cars doing that. That's when that cocaine came. And he decided to step off and get into that. He went that way.
Rolls Royces, Benz, and all that.
I stayed where I was. I look at him.
Yeah. What kind of nigga was Smitty? Because I always hear like he like an infamous name that when you talk about the SLAB, you talk about the 80s, you know, the early era, when they say like, you know, a stiff gangster Houston nigga, they always mention Smitty. So what kind of nigga was Smitty?
Man, he was just cool. He was just like like everybody else. He was just hustler, crank, rolling the lack, auto there playing with seats, tops, T-tops and radios, just like everybody else was doing. But he just consistent with his hustle. Keep your car, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas would get a car and have it 4 months, 6 months, paid off. He ain't got it no more. Now you see him on the bike, you know what I'm saying? Years passed, this man started rolling, started slabbing, used the slab like that. Anybody, you can get your income tax and go get you a car and buy you some wheels. But then next month, when your income tax money gone and you catch the fat on them wheels, what you gonna do? How you gonna fix it? Now they go John over there with a couple of $100 tell you, hey man, I give you this here for them wheels. Now you broke, you done sold. Now you ain't got no slab no more. And you will never build nothing because it wasn't in your heart. You wasn't no slab nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's a girl could build a slab. She could work at Jack in the Box and build a slab. If you spend your money right, go buy you some $2,800 wheels, $1,500 wheels, put them on your car. That ain't nothing. But if it's embedded in you, you're gonna keep slabbing, you're gonna keep doing it. You could do it over again, you know? But that's how some people is, you know? But
Yeah.
everybody ain't had it. It wasn't one for everybody. And that man, he was a hustler. He was like Slab.
Yeah.
old Smitty, that was my boy.
I heard that Smitty and Lil Larry was kind of like the first niggas to ride slab in
Man.
Houston, really.
Back then, Smitty was Smitty, Lil Larry, Smitty, Lil Larry. And then when that happened with Pat P, Lil Larry went to jail, and then that's what keep back when the nigga shot Smitty.
Yeah.
What's that nigga name?
I forgot his name.
Tried to steal my car.
You said it on the last interview. I can't think of it though. Yeah. Yeah, I know you talking about though.
That's when he came.
Yeah.
See, first it was Smitty and Lil Larry. And then next thing you know, when Lil Larry got the heat, running with Smitty. Then next thing you know, Smitty ain't here no more.
Was it a dude named Johnny Bonder that was riding slab back then?
Nah, them niggas, they was all on another level. He wasn't riding no, that nigga had limousines and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, that was a different era. Them boys there, hey, shit, them niggas there can't be talked about.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that wasn't me. I wasn't in that, but I heard about it around that time, you know, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was some of the slabs that you had put together during this era?
Man, I just put together a lot of cars, man. I had a lot of cars.
Yeah.
Monte Carlos, Malibu, Cadillac. I had 73 Camaro, 396 big block, 2-speed power glide transmission, rally wheel, PMDC. I had a lot, you know. Cadillacs, roofs in the back,
Yeah.
all kinds. That's what I'm gonna do to that.
Yeah.
You know, it was sitting over there the last interview, so I just been playing with it. I think I'm gonna put one more together, just to do it. You know, cause you brung it up and I said I had it, so I just been messing with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and do that with suicide door, roof in the back, pop the button on the trunk, but the trunk come out and sit in the back seat. You know, something different,
Yeah.
you know.
Man, what if you was to give some advice to like a youngster coming up and he wanted to get in the slab game, what would you give him some advice on?
You got to learn. You got to learn how to maintain and make your money first. Anything you need, anything in this world that you need money. So the first thing you got to concentrate on is getting you continuous revenue, a job or something, you know, because dope and all that ain't gonna last long. You got to go hydro blast. You got to get a job. You can have a slab. You can have anything that you want by working. You know what I'm saying? Same thing out here with money. If you make some money coming this year, you make some money, you got to put that money up and spend it right. You know what I'm saying? The same thing, that's the only thing they do for you on the job. When you go to work, they take that money you made that day, they're not going to give it to you. They just going to put it up. You come tomorrow, they're going to put that up. And then at a certain day, they're going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way that money come out here, but when they get it, they don't know what to do. They just spend it real quick. You know what I'm saying? So you can make it, but try not to focus on hustle, dope and weed, all that. You need to try to reprogram. They need to reprogram their mind and do something like that with that camera and hustle niggas to make some money. You know, it's still illegal. It's easy to say, but it's hard. I don't want to do nothing illegal. But then sometimes, man, golly,
Yeah.
it's tough. You know, but then don't make no rush and no hard shit. Go in there and rob the bank. You ain't never coming home. You know, don't go in there and tie that man up and do all that. Man, that shit ain't cool. Keep your hands off them people. It ain't nothing. A little theft. If you steal a radio, all right, damn, you ain't cut the lady. You know, that's the difference. You know, then you got to ask God for forgiveness. Just don't, man, I don't know, man. They doing some wild, stupid stuff.
Yeah.
They just shot the man over there in the chest the other night
Yeah.
for nothing, a bag of weed. Come on, man. Life worth more than that. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. I did a lot. You know, I was with some people who've done a lot. It was a lot of more worse shit could have happened, but I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that, man. I don't want it. I want shit right. I want everybody to be family. Everybody to come together. The SAs coming. They together, man. They sit out there in their yard, man. They'll build a house right there. Right there. We can't. We're gonna fight. We're gonna do something wrong. We're gonna take your wallet. All that. Man, all that needs to stop. We need to concentrate on helping each other. You know, all that fighting and bickering. All them boys in trouble over there doing all that. Man, them niggas got all that money laying up in the jailhouse. Paying all them lawyers, doing all that. They doomed. They can't come home, telling on each other. Ratting out. You was tough at first, all that shit. It ain't, hey, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man, you do you feel like it's important to learn your history when it comes to the slab game?
It all depends on what everybody don't like that. But it's a tradition down here. But a lot of people like what they see, they might want it. You might want it, and then you get it, and it can bring trouble to you. You don't know what you're dealing with. You just see it. So, it's a decision you gotta make. It ain't that it can't be had or can't be got, but it can put you in a situation that you don't want to be in. While you could just go on and just ride in a plain car, you know. But in the plain car, trouble could come to you too. Look at the news. They dragging them women, snatching their bags, snatching their purse. You ain't gotta have no wheels for that to happen. They out here desperately. They want it. It ain't got to be them wheels. Everybody I see ain't got drug and took. I ain't see no wheels on them cars. Them niggas like dogs. They gonna drag your ass for nothing. They don't know how to hustle. They don't want to listen. They don't want to learn. I learned everything when I was young. You go right now, have them youngsters right now, you put the car in park and tell them to step out, man, open the trunk and take that towel and put that spare on.
They ain't gonna know how to do it.
They don't know how. Open the trunk, put some boots cables on the ground, say, man, put that boots cable on that battery and hook it to that car. He gonna stand there. They don't even know how to hook boost cables up. But they tough. They smart. I don't want to hear you. You tell him, hey man, go down there and turn right. He's so smart, he turned left. Then talk shit to you. Hey man, you turned the wrong way, oh nigga. Hey man, I ain't got time for that. But they always want something. Hey man, can you help me out do this here? Hey man, just bring that garbage can in over here. Man, I ain't gonna touch that. Get your ass out of here.
Yeah.
For real, I don't understand. They got me twisted. When we were young, we used to go run, jump the gate, grab the vines and all that. Man, they don't want to do nothing. Hey man, you tell that man to get that cup, he gon' like a little girl. Man, hey man, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
But it's all right, man. I'm just,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just a lot just went on in Rosewood, and you know, it's a lot of good, it's a lot of bad, man.
Yeah. And you got anything else you want to say before we get up out of here? I know you got your top 5 last time.
Just the same way, man. I'm just like, man, is everybody, man, just try to just reprogram ourselves, man, for the greatness, you know, for the better, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that happen, you know what I'm saying, ask for forgiveness and just try to, you know, be straight, man. Try to start a business or something so you could get somebody else on, get them a job to make it. You know, so for where he ain't got to go jump through that window. You know what I'm saying? He can come with you, then he can make it. You know, try to keep ourselves out of there and away from a lot of mess, you know. And it's still going down, but man, I don't know, man. I just want to do better. And a lot of all that old bad stuff, all them fights, wars, gunshots and all that, I just want to erase it, man. And I want everybody to come together. If we can come together and make some real money. You know, them guys over there, man, they're making tons of money. They know them with talking. They showing their talent. We can't get together. The ones that do pick the other people. They ain't pick nobody. Ain't nobody that came over here and had the opportunity to even try to help nobody. You know, Watts had the opportunity. Why say he came over here and help nobody? That nigga ain't help nobody over here. That man has been all on TV everywhere. That man started right here in the mud. I don't know. I don't know what to say. If I had the opportunity like that, I'd help a lot of these guys. They ain't got to steal no car. They ain't got to do that. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to say. I just want greatness. I want joy, love, peace, happiness for everybody. I want everybody to have an understanding. And just squash all that, man, and just start something all over together different. And we just live like human beings. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, brothers.
Yeah.
I love all y'all.
Yeah. Already.
That's it.
This SlabOgsTV. We got Triple OG Chappi. We out.
All right.